Hello and welcome to Little Blessings Online. This is your baby and toddler group, wherever you are, whenever you are. So glad you could join us.
Is it time?
I mean, what have you got there?
Well, you said it was about food.
Yes.
So I brought food.
You brought your lunch. Actually, that's very healthy, Andy.
It's very good lunch.
Very good. Yes, we are talking about all things food.
I got excited.
So my name's Jo and this is Andy with his lunch, looks like.
Yeah. I'm going to... Oh, I don't know. See, I dropped this before and it went a bit wrong. She's got a bit of a hole in it.
Just
but it's
hang
fine.
on to it for now.
So, if you're watching this on YouTube, then a really good thing you can do is to subscribe to what we do on there, and then you'll get notifications of all the different videos that we put out. And we're putting out about 10 or 15 videos a week at the moment, from resource videos that you can download, share and stream and all sorts of stuff. So that's one of the things you can do. You can like us on Facebook or on Instagram, but the very best thing you can do is to go to our website, berrybunch.family, and subscribe there. And what you will get is when we post new information, new videos, new resources, Dave the Dog stories, or whatever, you'll be notified first. So that's the very best thing you can do. Because this is us.
Let's pray. Andy's going to come on and show us how to pray. Excellent. What have you got there?
It's my world's atlas,
Okay.
so I can pray for the world.
Okay.
You see, pray's good.
Right. Okay. You're going to show us how to do that then?
Yeah. So I've got my atlas, and if you go to the letter A, I'm going to start here. So
Yeah.
please God, please bless our Ben Ra and our Chun and our Borg.
What did you like about the story?
Bob.
Bob. You like Bob?
And the stick.
The
We like sticks.
You like the stick?
We like sticks a
Well-
lot, I do.
Okay. Well, we'll try and make sure there's some more stories with sticks in,
Thank
Dave,
you.
especially for you.
As this was our last episode in this series, and we will be back, we just wanted to make sure you knew what we get up to, and that's the Berry Bunch. But also what we do is endurance, which is spiritual exercise, isn't it? And physical exercise. So just watch this video.
Physical training is good, but training for godliness is much better, promising benefits in this life and in the life to come. The scripture is basically saying that as good as exercise is, I really enjoy weight training and running, cycling, but as good as all that is, it's not as good as picking up a Bible and reading scripture. So that's exactly what endurance is. It's taking the Bible, it's unpacking it, understanding what God wants to do in our life, and there'll be 3 challenges each week. I hope you go check it out.
So there you go. Lots of things for you to get involved with. So, Little Blessings Online today, we are thinking about food.
Yes, and we've got some pictures as ever for you to look at. And the very first picture is something that I quite like, and it's a very, very posh version of a banana split. Banana and little wafery things and some cream and some chocolate. And yes, that's a banana split. Now, this next one is my absolute favourite dessert in the world. If we could just ping that strawberry away, that would be a perfect dessert for me. Not a strawberry fan. But that is a chocolate torte or a chocolate cheesecake. And then we've got some lovely, delicious fruits already. And there's some strawberries and some bananas, and I think they're blueberries. So yes, maybe fruit is your thing, and that gets you going in the morning. And the next image, we're getting better now. So this is a spaghetti carbonara thing. I think perhaps a vegetarian by the looking at it, but that looks really yummy. With a bit of spinach, I think, on top. And here we go. So this is my absolute favourite. If this was my birthday food, my birthday meal, this is what we'd have. We'd have some chips, golden, perfect, lovely cooked, fresh, homemade chips, which Stephen and JoJo make perfectly, and obviously perfectly cooked slab beef. That may be not your preference. Hopefully, we've touched on everything from dessert to savoury. So that's what we're looking at today. It's all about food.
Food, yeah. Sorry if we've made you hungry, but we actually did it.
My tummy was rumbling when I was looking for the photos.
So our story today is about food, and actually, Dave the dog gets a bit hungry, doesn't he?
He does.
Our story today is called Manna, Quail and Water. But it wouldn't be the same without Dave the dog, so I'm going to call him up.
All right.
Hey, you had a new picture. Who's that?
The
Picture-
room behind me is my house.
That's your house, yeah. But what about when I was calling you up? There was a picture of a
Oh.
dog.
That's Bert.
Bert! Oh, I wonder what he looked like. That's your friend from last week.
I am who broke the computer.
Didn't he? Oh, is he all right?
Oh, he's all right. He just ain't got fingers.
Oh, well, he must be a good friend if you've got a picture of him. That's nice.
Well, it's to remind myself not to break my computer.
Fair enough. Are you ready for the story?
Oh, it's got food in it,
I
ain't it?
know, it's all about food. Manna, Quail and Water is the name of the story. Yeah? Are you ready?
What's a quail?
What's a quail? Now, that is a really good question. I've got a picture to show you. Because this is a quail. What do you think?
I don't know what to think about that.
He's cute, isn't he?
Why has he got an head torch on?
It's a feather. It's a feather on his head, I think. He's supposed to look like that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that is what a quail looks like. Okay? So you're happy now and ready for the story. Now we know what a quail is.
Yeah, it's a bird with an head torch.
Okay, we'll go for that. So Moses has led the people and God has rescued the people from this nasty king.
And there was a snake stick.
There was a snake stick.
And
yeah.
a burning bush that wasn't burning.
Yep. You're
and
right.
Frogs.
Frogs.
Don't like frogs.
Lots of frogs. There were loads of miracles on the way. And finally, God rescued his people and Moses led them out of Egypt. And they were free at last. Yeah? They escaped then. They are in the wilderness, in the desert. And so, sadly, even after all of those miracles and all these amazing things, and they're free and they've been rescued, the people start complaining. They're complaining that they are hungry, that they've got no food.
Is it because they had lots of frogs still?
No, they've got nothing like that. They're in the desert, of course, in the wilderness. They didn't have any food. Now, they didn't need to worry because God was going to provide for them. So Moses had a chat with God and he said, look, follow my instructions.
Was it a long chat?
No, it was just enough to get them some food sorted. And so what God said was, I'm going to send you some bread type stuff in the morning, plenty of bread for you to eat. And in the evening, he was going to send them meat. So they have everything they need.
If it was bread type stuff, what was it?
They called it manna because they just didn't know what it was. Because when they saw it, it was like frost on the ground, like a white flaky frost. You know, like you get on a sponge.
Not like yellow snow.
Not yellow, it was white, definitely white. Like you get on a sponge cake, like the powdering stuff. Because they said, what is it? So actually, in their language, manna means what is it? So that's why they called it manna. And it made it into a type of bread.
I think I should call my mate Bert Manna.
What is it? Okay, so what they were told to do by God was they were to collect the manna in the mornings, every morning, except on a Sunday. And then they should be resting on a Sabbath on a Sunday. So every day they should go out in the morning and collect enough of this manna, this stuff that is kind of bread.
Did it come pre-sliced?
Oh, it was all flaky and they had to squish it together and make it into some nice food.
Like breadcrumbs?
Well, it tasted like honey. It was very sweet. It was nice. It was very nice to taste. And I guess it had all the nutrients and all that they needed. And
so it was morning dew, like bread but not, and it tasted like the stuff what them bees make.
It was very tasty and it was very nutritious. And what was amazing was they collected enough for each of the family. Every family had enough for that day. Yeah?
Oh.
And they were told not to leave any and try and keep it for the next day.
I don't have that problem.
You eat it all up, do you? Yeah. Well, that's what they were told. They were told to eat it all up, not to leave any. And also, as I say, on the Saturday, they were supposed to collect twice as much. And so they've got some for Sunday, so they didn't collect any on the Sunday, so they could have a rest day from collecting.
I could count that because I can count to 3.
3?
So I could count to 2 and all.
To 2, exactly.
1, 2.
Yeah.
I could be a roadie.
But
they can't count past 2 either.
No, No, well, there were twice they had to. 2 times they had to collect on the Saturday and not
What?
on the Sunday.
Who?
That brilliant. So they had these clear instructions from God. Unfortunately, some people didn't obey. They didn't do as they were told. So some people went and they put some aside, some of the manna aside. And you know what happened to it? The next day,
The dogs ate it.
no, there was maggots in it, and it smelled horrible. That's why God told them not to leave it.
This is another scary story.
So
I don't like maggots.
no, it wasn't very nice. But if they had listened and they did as they were told, then that wouldn't have happened, you see. And then also, you never guess what? On Sunday, some of the people went and tried to collect food, the manna, and it wasn't there because it wasn't supposed to be there. But never mind, those were the instructions. They were supposed to follow it. And then in the evening, so they had their manna in the morning, and then in the evening, all these quail flew in. Whoosh, and they had them.
It must have been very bright with them birds with them head torches.
No.
Is that so they could find them like a beacon or something to see them?
No, they just flew in, and then the people took the food, and they had bread in the morning and meat in the evening.
Did the quail not mind being got?
No, they were meant to.
I got friends who ducks, you see.
Yeah, I think it was their time. You see, it was their time.
They was dead.
Yes. But you see, the main thing is the people were in the desert and they had plenty of food, which is very exciting.
Awesome.
Yeah, and of course they were wandering in the desert, so they were traveling a lot to get to the right place. And every time they moved, they would need water because it's quite hot in the desert, isn't it?
I have a water bowl.
Yeah, so whenever you get thirsty, you go to your water bowl, do you?
Oh, and I've got a portable water bowl as well.
Excellent. When you're traveling.
Oh.
Excellent. Well, these people didn't have any water, and so they got thirsty, and again they started complaining.
Wouldn't they?
It would, wouldn't they? Yeah, absolutely. It's a very hot place. And so God told Moses to take his staff, his stick.
Was a stick?
Yep.
Was a stick?
Stick.
What a stick.
And hit this rock, and boom, all this water gushed out. And they had plenty of water to drink.
I have a question.
Yes.
Why was Moses trying to break his stick?
No, he wasn't trying to. He just had to hit the rock. That was what he had to do, and then the water come out. And another miracle.
Did he have anger issues?
Oh, no, he just hit it. Just like God told him to do.
He didn't break the stick because that would be really bad.
No, it's a really tough stick. He's been everywhere with it. It's a good stick.
Okay.
Good solid stick. Yeah. So there you go. The people were in the desert and they had bread in the morning called manna, and they had meat in the evening called quail, and they had plenty of water. How cool is that?
I'm still a bit stuck on that head torch bird.
Should we see the picture again?
Yeah.
There he is. Oh, I don't think it is a head torch. I can't see any light.
It's a bit odd. I wouldn't want that on my head.
Fair enough. Well, what did you think of that then, that story, Dave?
I think the quail's got head torch.
We'll go with that then. Brilliant. Well, what are you up to do to the rest of the day then? What are you going to do today?
Eating.
Eating. Oh, yeah. All this talk of food. I'm actually a bit hungry now. Yeah, good idea. Let's go then and get some food. We'll see you next time, Dave.
Oh, sorry. I was off my food.
Bye.
See ya.
And that's story time.
We do so like Dave the dog. I was crying with laughter. It was funny. So there's Dave the dog. Now we're moving on to song time. We've got a couple of songs, including one of my favourites, genuinely, which is Head, Shoulders, Knees and Toes.
Heads, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Heads, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes, and eyes and mouth and ears and nose. Heads, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Shoulders, knees and toes, and eyes and mouth and ears and nose. Shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Knees and toes, knees and toes. knees and toes, and eyes and mouth, and ears and nose. Knees and toes, and toes, and toes, and toes, and toes, and eyes and mouth, and ears and nose. And toes, and toes, and eyes and mouth and ears and nose. And the animals went in two by two, hurrah, hurrah. The animals went in two by two, hurrah, hurrah. The animals went in two by two, the elephant and the kangaroo, and they all went into the ark, just as God had said. The animals went in two by two, hurrah, hurrah. The animals went in two by two, hurrah, hurrah. The animals went in two by two, the elephant and the kangaroo, and they all went into the ark, just as God had said. The animals went in two by two, hurrah, hurrah. The animals went in two by two, hurrah, hurrah. The animals went in two by two, the elephant and the kangaroo, and they all went into the ark, just as God had said.
We hope you enjoyed that and got into those actions. We enjoyed doing them
I
ourselves.
was having a boogie.
Yeah.
I was.
So now it's time for art time, and we're revisiting actually an artwork that, well, artwork, it's because it's food. We're going to make some food. So we're going to make some bread. For our art time today, we're going to make flatbread. And I can't believe how simple this recipe is. There are literally 2 ingredients. We've got here Greek-style yogurt and self-raising flour. 2 ingredients, really easy flatbread. So you need 220 grams of self-raising flour and 125 grams of Greek yogurt. And then Peter is going to put the flour into the bowl, first of all, with the spatula, nice and gently, so it doesn't go everywhere, so we don't get it all over the place. There we go. Literally, you take 2 ingredients and put them in a bowl and mix them together. That's what we need to do. I know we've obviously weighed out our ingredients. This will make, I think, 6 to 8 pieces of flatbread, so I suppose you could increase the ingredients to make more. And then the yogurt, the Greek yogurt next. Try and scrape out as much as you can there, Peter. Push that out. And we're literally going to mix it up now. I'm using a wooden spoon, but I guess you could use a metal spoon as well. Shall I just have a little go so we can get that extra bit out there, Peter? Because it's a bit awkward, isn't it? Just as you can see, scraping out as much as we can from the bottom of that bowl. Are you ready to do some mixing, Peter?
Yep.
Okay, go on then. And then we just literally mix it up. I think I think we might need a metal spoon for this. But yeah, mix it. And then you just want to mix it in much more spoon. You have to have hands in there. How are you doing? Try to spoon. I say, you use the spoon. You put the spoon in there. Okay, go on. Just keep mixing. Mix it. And you're happy if you can mix no more. That's when you put your hands in. We're basically creating the dough for our bread. Okay. What do you want it? That's good. Keep going there. It's not looking like breadcrumbs at the moment. And it's not looking much like dough, is it, Peter?
No.
So we need to get it sticking together. I think I need to get my hands dirty now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my hands. So don't sit and stop. You take my hands. Okay. There you go. And you find it's sticky enough. Just put some more in. There. I think a bit more. No, it's not quite sticky enough. Okay, well, what we're seeing here, you can see it's a bit crumbly, and I think we need a bit more moisture. So I've got a little bit more yogurt. Peter, do you want to do a bit of mixing with your hands? I'll put a little dab more and see how that gets on. That is nice, that is. Do that a little bit more.
Feels like a wet tea towel.
That's really funny. Oh, that's much better, isn't it? That's lovely. Perfect. And you just keep doing that. I think that will do us. And then the next stage, we're going to roll it out. Okay, we have our dough ready. So now what we need to do is flour the board. Peter, could you do that? Put a bit of flour, just lightly flour a board. Pour a bit or use your hands, that's it. And just that'll be enough. And then just squash it around with your hands to cover the whole board. And then you make sure your hands have got flour on it. I might have a go as well because I'll help you get this out. And so what you do is you take this out and Peter, you're going to do a bit of kneading, aren't you?
Yeah.
Just make sure it's nice and don't want to get it too dry. There we go. There you go, Peter. Do a bit of kneading, get it into a ball. That's the plan. So if you break it into half first, Peter. Like if you go into half, I'll tell you what. Actually, if we do half each, and
Okay.
I'll speed up things. So you have that half, and I'll have this. And so we break it into. You've got 4, haven't you?
Yeah.
So if I break it into half again, and then break it into half again, and that makes it a bit more equal, doesn't it? And then what you want to do is make them into a bit of a ball as well, and we'll put them to one side. I'm going to put a little bit of flour on here, so we'll put them to one side, shall we? Like that. Oh, I've lost one. Hang on. So there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that last one, you might as well do that on the board now. So what you need is the rolling pin to roll it out, and we're going to roll it flat into oval shape. So you need a bit of flour on the rolling pin, don't forget, so that doesn't stick. Just take just a tiny bit, Peter, just a tiny bit, really just a little bit. That's it, that's it, a light covering, and then roll it out into oval shapes. That's it. Maybe a little bit more flour on because it seems to be sticking, doesn't it? I'll help you out. There you go. You just got to keep doing that from time to time just to make sure it doesn't stick. I'm not quite sure how flat we need this to go. What do you think, Peter?
I think that's probably...
That's an oval, yeah? Should we go for that? Okay,
After we've been doing this a while, I think the trick is to squish it a bit first, then do it afterwards. It just gives you a bit more...
That's a good tip, that. So what do you mean? What do you mean squish it? Here now at the start?
Yeah, and then you just roll it. It means it's a bit easier.
Okay, that's a good tip there from Peter. Squish it first before you roll it. Okay, so here's our flatbread, and the final stage is literally to put it into a hot pan and to cook. I think literally it's only going to take a few minutes either side, 4 minutes, I think. And so we just let that sizzle and heat up. And if you've got a non-stick, you don't need oil, but our pan's doesn't help. You could always go in a griddle, but literally you're just heating them up in a nice hot pan just to finish it off. And then our flatbreads will be cooked and ready to serve. You could have them in the morning, you could have them with pizza, you could have it with curry, and of course these are just plain flatbreads, so you could oil it and put some garlic on or different kinds of flavours, but we've just gone for a plain flatbread. Let that cook for a few minutes. And there we have it. These flatbreads, all lovely, nice and cooked, ready to eat. Hope you enjoy making flatbreads.
I'm hungry. Seriously, all this talk of food. So we're coming towards the end of Little Blessings for today and for this season. So we've really enjoyed this, and we're just trying to share some of the things that we also do so you can get involved in different ways, and one of those is Prayer 262. Prayer 262 is changing. We've got some really exciting things we're going to be bringing in to be doing it. It'll be from 4 o'clock weekdays, Tuesday to Friday. Prayer 262.
Yeah, on Facebook and YouTube. And we're going to have Peter joining us for a vlog daily to encourage us in our own prayers.
We'll also be introducing daily family prayers, which will be inspiration for you in your home and your life on different ways you can pray depending on the situation you find yourself in.
So prayer 262, 6 minutes of prayer, 2 minutes thanking God.
And we have a vlog and we have daily family prayers. So there's lots we're looking forward to with prayer 262. And if you're curious about what Peter's daily prayer vlog is, check this out.
We are here to tell you about Peter's daily prayer vlog, and who better to tell us than Peter himself. Now, Peter's been very excited about doing something for Berry Bunch, and this is what he wants to do, something on prayer. So I've got 2 questions for you, Peter. What will you be doing?
I'll be doing a daily vlog on what my prayer life is like.
Wow, that sounds really exciting. So what should we expect?
Some encouragement and some tips.
Wow, simple. Encouragement and tips for our prayer life. Fantastic. Excellent. All good stuff there for you to get involved with. So we've come to the end of this episode and this series, but we will be back in September on actually the 13th of September.
The 13th, I was checking the date on it, 13th.
But don't forget that in the summer we're going to have a special with Dave the dog, so look out for that. But thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Bye
for now.
There are loads of ways to keep in touch with the Berry Bunch. Visit our website and make sure you sign up to the blog and get notified on all our videos, posts, exciting news and seasonal events. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and get told when we post brand new video resources. Take a look over Ding Dash, a fabulous place that connects people from all over the world. Like us on Facebook, where we hang out and post extra stuff to encourage and inspire you. We're on Instagram too and share extra photos when we're out and about. And if you're enjoying, using or sharing what we do, visit us over on Patreon and you can become part of the extended Berry Bunch family by supporting us with the cost of all we do.